This attraction is about to change forever. Today we're saying goodbye to one of the most historical attractions at Walt Disney World, for now. We're bringing you along with us and sharing some of our favorite hidden details and Easter eggs. As of July 6, 2026, the classic attraction has closed to undergo a major overhaul and is expected to return sometime in 2027. Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress is a celebration of innovation and the belief that tomorrow can always be better than today. Originally created for the 1964 New York World's Fair, the attraction follows one American family as they journey through the 20th century, showcasing how innovation, imagination, and new ideas can improve the quality of life for everyone. Walt Disney envisioned Carousel of Progress as a tribute to the spirit of invention, a reminder that each generation has the power to build a brighter future than the one before it. And tying it all together is the iconic Sherman Brothers song, There's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow. More than just a theme, it's the soul of the attraction. The song reflects Walt's belief that no matter what today looks like, the future is always full of promise. It reminds us that progress is constant and that there's always a great big beautiful tomorrow just waiting ahead. With that said, next time you're in Tomorrowland, listen closely to the background soundtrack. You might just notice both classic songs by the Sherman Brothers. The first song titled There's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow, and the second song titled The Best Time of Your Life. This is also the longest attraction at Walt Disney World, clocking in at 20 minutes.
Once again, welcome to Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress. For the courtesy of all guests, please remain seated at all times to supervise your children. Thank you. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress. You're in for a real treat. The Carousel of Progress was Walt's own idea from beginning to end. He loved it. He introduced the show at the World's Fair in New York City in 1964, and it was an immediate smash hit. Millions of people came to see it. And since then, the Carousel of Progress has had more performances than any other stage show in the history of American theater. May the century begin.
There's a great big beautiful tomorrow, shining at the end of every day. There's a great big beautiful tomorrow, and tomorrow is just a dream away. And there's a dream as the start, he follows a dream with mind and heart.
And when it becomes a reality, it's a dream come true for you and me. So there's a great big beautiful tomorrow, shining at the end of every day. There's a great big beautiful tomorrow, just a dream away.
Walt Disney was known for reusing props and figures when possible. The pair of robins you see outside of the window in the first scene are reportedly the same figures that were used in the film Mary Poppins. And if John's voice sounds familiar to you, that's because he's voiced by Gene Shepard, the narrator for A Christmas Story. You may also recognize the voice of Uncle Orville, and that's because they are voiced by Mel Blanc, the legendary voice actor behind Bugs Bunny.
We have almost 8,000 automobiles in this country, and we can travel by train from New York to California in less than 7 days. And I even hear tell about two brothers from North Carolina who are working on some kind of flying contraption. It'll never work.
Also in Act 1, a little girl can be seen silently assisting Sarah with the wash. She is never mentioned or seen again in any of the other scenes, earning her the fan nickname, the Ghost Child.
Now, James, I thought I told you to ask my permission before using my new stereoscope. That's not a toy, you know.
Ooh la la. So that's little Egypt doing the hoochie coochie, eh, Dad?
Isn't she a knockout? She's the star of the new World's Fair in St. Louis, and now you put that away before your mother finds it.
Aw, Dad.
You heard me.
Also in Act 1, we have a Haunted Mansion crossover. The original grandmother animatronic from Act 1 was reused and now can be seen sitting in a rocking chair in the ballroom scene of the Haunted Mansion. You can even spot John and Patricia as the lute and violin players in the Renaissance scene on Spaceship Earth. You can also spot the family dog Rover on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. The dog can be found holding the key to the prison in the second to last scene. General Electric was the original sponsor for the attraction and was the collaborator on Progress Land at the World's Fair. The attraction featured all General Electric products. To this day, you can still find hints of General Electric scattered throughout Act 2 and Act 3 of the show. In Act 2, the 1920s, the vacuum and the fan are both made by General Electric. And looking closely, you can see the GE logo. And in Act 3, the 1940s, the fridge and the dishwasher, you can spot the GE logos as well. Also in Act 2, if you look out the window, you'll see a small sign that reads Herb Ryman, Attorney at Law. Herb Ryman was the Imagineer that originally drew the concept art for Sleeping Beauty's castle and the rest of the Disneyland theme park.
Phew, boy, hottest 4th of July we've had in years. We've come a long way, though, since the turn of the century, over 20 some odd years ago. You know that pilot fella, Charles Lindbergh? He's about to fly a single-wing airplane all the way across the Atlantic. He's never going to make it. And sports stadiums are springing up all over. And boy, nobody hits that old horsehide like that new fella Babe Ruth. It just can't get any better. Just goes to show that
There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, and tomorrow's just a dream away. Man has a dream, and that's strong. He follows his dream with mind and heart, and when it becomes a reality, it's a dream come true for you and me. So there's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, just a dream away.
Ah, yes, a new age of electronic civilization is upon us. You hear that? My daughter Patty is using that old exercise machine she rescued from the attic. It was all the rage in the 20s. Grandma, of course, had to have one. Didn't work then, doesn't work now. Consistent at least. Makes a lot of noise and blows fuses.
Beside Patricia in Act 3, the 1940 scene, sits Sorcerer Mickey's famous hat from Fantasia. The blue hat with its stars and crescent moon is a subtle Disney Easter egg, and one of the many references throughout the Carousel of Progress. And this Easter egg makes perfect sense with Fantasia releasing November 13th, 1940.
Well, it's time to move on. Let's cheer up Sarah by singing our song. Come on, everybody.
There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, and tomorrow's just a dream away. Man has a dream, and that's...
As you enter the final scene, keep an eye out for one of my favorite Easter eggs. Greg Wilsbach, the Imagineer who designed Act 4, created this abstract painting inspired by the Sorcerer's Apprentice from Fantasia.
Just a dream away.
Isn't it a pleasant holiday? Oh, turkey's in the oven, it's peaceful and quiet.
Yes! 300 points, my best score yet.
The final scene of Act 4 also has several hidden Mickeys, including a Mickey Nutcracker on the mantle, a Mickey Mouse salt and pepper shaker. There's also a hidden Mickey in the video game that Grandma and Jimmy are playing. You'll briefly see it on the back of the spaceship right before it takes off.
Well, I'll give it a try.
Take a look around, Grandma. You're in the ship.
Feels like I'm really there.
Okay, get ready. You're about to blast off.
Here goes nothing. Whoa.
Also in Act 4, if you look at the bulletin board behind Sarah's computer, you can find the sticky notes reading Marty called Once Changes. This is a tribute to the legendary Imagineer, Marty Sklar. Also behind Sarah is a dry erase board with a flight itinerary. It reads Grandma and Grandpa, flight number 1964, arrival 10:01. This is a clever hidden detail, the flight number signifying the year the attraction debuted at the 1964 New York World's Fair. And the number is also a playful nod to a famous 1964 publicity stunt. Walt Disney personally escorted the Grandma animatronic onto a TWA jetliner. The animatronic traveled from Los Angeles to the New York World's Fair. And yes, this really did happen. She was checked in at the airport as a regular first-class passenger, and Walt Disney wheeled her down the ramp toward the plane to promote the GE Carousel of Progress. And then the arrival time of 10:01, referencing the opening day of the Magic Kingdom, October 1st. Taking a closer look at John's apron in the final scene, you'll notice that it says My Food Rocks, a reference to the former show Food Rocks at Epcot. This was a musical audio animatronic show in the Land Pavilion at Epcot that promoted healthy eating through rock parodies. The show ran from March 26, 1994 to January 3, 2004. The show was later replaced to make way for the queue and ride space for Soarin'. And the only way to see this next hidden detail is when you're leaving the final scene of Act 4. Beside Sarah is a trash can which has an envelope featuring the Walt Disney Imagineering logo. It's a fun nod to the creative team behind Disney's attractions.
Thank you for joining us on Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress. We hope you've enjoyed this tribute to the 1964 Carousel of Progress from the New York World's Fair. Please gather all of your personal belongings and exit through the doors located at the back of the theater. Have a great, big, beautiful day.
All right, just finished Carousel of Progress. Super thankful we got to experience this one last time before it gets changed forever. Just super nostalgic, super sentimental ride, and definitely gonna miss it.
I'm just like excited for the future because that's what this whole ride entails. It's the Carousel of Progress.
Right.
And we're progressing into the future of the unknown. We really don't know. Like technology advances so fast, like there's so many things that's historical that they mention in this ride, and I'm excited to see what new historical things they're gonna mention in this attraction.
Me too. I'm optimistic for the future as always.
Definitely.
All right, we're home. We really enjoyed Carousel of Progress today. It's been a while since we've been on this attraction. I think what's really unique is that, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be in these parks at this time of the year, the time of the century, because we're going to get to experience two versions of Carousel of Progress, which is kind of silly to think of it that way, but it's like, every day I meet people here in Florida and they say, oh, I got to experience when Disney World first opened, and now we're getting to experience this. They got to experience the first original iteration of Carousel of Progress. So it's just like a visceral experience, like some people might not fully appreciate the attraction like we do, but that's just because we're big theme park nerds.
Yeah, even today, I could have sworn I overheard someone saying that their grandfather or their mom or their dad, something like that, they got to see it when the attraction debuted at the New York's World Fair, which is just crazy to think about. But super optimistic for the future as always. I mean, that's the principle of Carousel of Progress, that tomorrow is going to be better than today. So, yeah. And I think it's going to be good. The timeline looks really good. It's going to be more relatable for our parents and grandparents and things that we're going to live through and see far into the future. With the last scene, I think is going to be really cool, having like a robot and whatever else they start to implement. But yeah, as always, optimistic for the future. Be sure to let us know in the comments down below what you think about the new changes coming to the Carousel of Progress. Do you hate to see it go? You're happy for the changes? Let us know.
And as always, be sure to like and subscribe for more videos just like this one, and we'll see you next time. Bye.